Let's dive straight into the debate at this point and call a spade this evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is deliberate obfuscation of facts. There is no doubt about it after our investigation, and we've pieced together the facts, and it is only because there are political lords, overlords, powerful people who are friends of this Vikram Chatterjee. I don't know why they want him safe, but they have denied a 27-year-old justice. Shaina NC, good evening. Sujay Kantawala with us here right next to us. Subhi Chaturvedi, and we have T.R. Kakkar, Arka Ganguly, Baisakhi Banerjee, actress Sanjana joining us at this point. And we also, I'm just correcting, Yogita Bhayana joining us from the Noida studio. Yogita, good evening. Thank you for joining us. My first question goes across to Arka Ganguly. Was Vikram drunk that night, Arka?
Well, unfortunately, I was not a part in that party, so it is very difficult. So there are a few questions, whether he was drunk or not. Number two, even if he was drunk, whether he was drunk within the permissible limit or not. So I don't know. But I have seen him, interacted with him for the last few years, and I think he always came across as a very responsible person to me. It's not like we partied very frequently, but we had been a part of several social gatherings. Were you able to watch the report that we just played out? I don't know if you have access to the channel output right where you're sitting. Were you able to watch the report we just played out? Or have you seen it in the evening?
Yes, I did.
In the last 24 hours? So we've got 4 people, Arka. People he was with. They claim they were partying together.
Well,
on that night. What do you have to say now? I'm sure.
Right.
I mean, okay, you weren't there. You heard 2 sides to the story now. There's your friend who says he was sober. He was not under. He wasn't intoxicated at all. Is what he came out and told the media last week. What do you think now? You've heard 4 versions, 4 other people contradicting him.
Well, what you get to watch in the footage, I do see the same thing. It definitely doesn't tell whether he was consuming alcohol, so I wouldn't be able to comment.
Arko, I asked you this.
Obviously, he was not drinking.
You were not there that night, but you have partied with Vikram Chatterjee. You have gone out with him. What does he like to drink?
That's what. See, I can only talk about my past experiences. I think, he has. Right. I have never seen him drinking when he has.
No, are you trying to say you're saying you have never seen him drink
back home?
You have never seen him drink. You've never partied with him. You've never gone out with him.
I did not say that, sir. No, I did not say that.
So I am asking you, Arko, if you have had a drink
I have never partied with him.
I just want to know what he likes to drink.
No, if you know what answer you're expecting out of me, then I can't be.
I'm not expecting it. I'm just asking you, what does he like to drink? I'm just asking you, what does he like to drink? I'm sure you don't have a problem sharing that.
I don't know. I don't know what he likes drinking.
Arko, you're not being honest. You're not being honest. You're being convenient with the facts because you believe that whatever you say might put Vikram Chatterjee in trouble.
Hang on one second, sir. Firstly, I think you need my introduction. I am not Vikram's friend or classmate or somebody who has been partying with him for the last few years. Vikram acted in my film, which is releasing, and I had been a part of a production house where.
Did I attribute? I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
So apart from that,
Arko, I just asked you, have you had a drink with him? You did not give me a clear answer. I asked you, do you know what he likes to drink? You didn't answer that either. Either you know and you don't want to answer.
No, I don't know. I think I said that.
Either you know and you don't want to answer, or you really don't know about Vikram Chatterjee's preferences, despite making a full movie with him, despite shooting an entire movie with him.
His choice of drink. in my shooting, well, let me clarify this. We had a shoot in the hilly area. In the entire shoot, none of my members who are either the crew or the cast member had any drop of drink. Okay. Now that doesn't say that he's not a drinker. I'm not saying that. He probably drinks. He probably drinks whatever he likes. I do drink in parties, but I do not know what is his choice of drink.
Okay, all right. All right, stay on with us, Arko. We have a few more questions, but let's bring in our other panelists.
Not that close to him, yeah.
The fact is, Arko, I hope you watched the footage that we've put up.
Yeah, that was my question.
He's holding a glass in his hand. What do you think that is?
I just want to say one thing.
Shaina, just 1 minute. 30 seconds more, please, because this is the question I asked him. Maybe if Arko has seen our report now, is he a little unsure about what Vikram told everyone else last week then? That's a very simple question. Can you believe it as easily as everybody did 2 days ago? Look at that visual. And there's a time snap on it, Arko. There we have Snapchat pictures with a time stamp on it from about an hour and a half before the accident.
That's what. See, I am not here to defend Vikram Chatterjee.
Okay.
To be very honest, I also was close to Sonika. I have known her. She was probably not my best friends, but you know, I had known her. I had met her a few times. So I'm equally, sad about the incident that has happened. But honestly speaking, I get to see whatever you see. There is a probability that he was drinking and lying. I'm not saying that I can justify whatever you are seeing there. So
yes,
I'm just saying.
But do you think that probability was properly explored, Arko?
Now,
do you believe that if we here at Times Now can ask you questions that perhaps even shake your conviction about what happened that night? Do you believe the Kolkata police has done its job? Do you believe that they have been under duress or pressure with under powerful friends? Vikram Chatterjee, Vikram Banerjee. How is it that a case like this, dead in the night on a lone street in Kolkata, one single car, 2 people, the car tumbles altogether. There are 6 eyewitnesses that we have been able to speak to. The police hasn't spoken to even one. How is that possible?
Can I answer that?
I cannot hold the brief for the police. The police should be doing the investigation properly and fairly. We have lost one very young life. That is very, very, definitely it's very depressing. And if it's because of an irresponsible act of any individual, be it Vikram Chatterjee, be it anyone, we cannot really overlook this, and we cannot forgive the person who has done the wrong. And
so
I'm
sure Banerjee, why aren't you more outraged tonight? Ms. Banerjee, why aren't you more outraged tonight? Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, has started this entire campaign. She has started an entire campaign against drunken driving.
That doesn't mean
there is an initiative apparently that has been taken on by the TMC government. Mamata Banerjee's pet project right now is against drunken driving. Then should you not be outraged right now, Baisakhi Banerjee, that despite that, here is a case where reports have been put out, videos have been put out, there is no doubt there is a cover-up at play. For 24 hours, this evidence has been put out there for the entire country to see. Baisakhi Banerjee, why are you not more outraged about this callous attitude of the Bengal police?
If I'm not screaming, if I'm not shrieking, that doesn't mean I'm not outraged.
Well, the only thing you said when Anand asked you, Anand asked you about the police investigation was, I cannot really say about the investigation. If you were upset, you would say something else. Say it now. Say it now. Why don't you say something about the TMC government?
Very clear.
Why is it that the TMC government has failed to pull up the cops who did not do anything?
You are posing question after question.
Shaina, just 1 minute, please. Shaina, just let her answer this. I will come to you.
The police should.
Yes, go ahead, Baisakhi Banerjee.
The police should carry on the investigation.
And should the state government not question the police? Why haven't you done that?
We should not.
Baisakhi Banerjee, the police should carry on its investigation. Please tell me. Please tell me. Will you ask the Kolkata Police Commissioner tonight here on the Newshour, ma'am? Why is it that not a single tape
Yes,
of the
of course.
Please hear me out. Here are the questions I want you to ask.
One of the very efficient police commissioners.
How efficient is he?
And I'm sure he is going to.
How efficient is he, Baisakhi Banerjee, that he has not asked for a single second of footage of any of the pubs that Vikram Chatterjee was in?
Of course.
Where is the footage? Where is the footage? Why is it that the mall has not shared the CCTV?
Right now say
Baisakhi,
that they have not been examined.
no, Baisakhi Banerjee. Baisakhi, please tell me, do you think you will be sitting here 9 days later had it been somebody else? Had this been in another state? Had this been under another disposition? Please tell me this. Please tell me this. We got access. We got footage. We got footage from social media, ma'am, of him at multiple points in time with refilled glasses of drink, which clearly looked like rum and coke. He might say it was not. We are saying colored liquid. Witnesses say rum and coke, ma'am. Witnesses say rum and coke. But the police don't have the footage. The police don't have the footage. We have 2 eyewitnesses, ma'am, who helped turn the car back up.
This is a too hasty.
Baisakhi Banerjee, Baisakhi, we have two witnesses who say they helped turn the car back up. They say he was speeding.
Yes.
They say he was speeding. Yes. But the police have not taken his statement. The police have not yet taken a statement. We have identified a mall which has a camera pointed on that very street where the accident happened. But the police have not taken the footage from that mall.
You want
Why?
justice to be done overnight.
Overnight? 9 days? 9 days? We did it in 4 days, ma'am. The cops should have done it in less.
No.
We did it in 4 days. We did it in 4 days. Our reporters will be joining live with more in a short while from now. And that is also what your cops have not yet done, Baisakhi Banerjee. And that is why we are asking you, was it because Vikram Chatterjee is close to a Trinamool minister that nothing was done?
Kumar is going to take note of your investigation.
Was it?
He is not going to sit
Was it because a Trinamool Congress minister is close to Vikram Chatterjee and he was present there in that hospital that nothing was done, that this entire matter was played down?
These are matters of courtesies. These are matters
of courtesy or intimidation? Intimidation. Matters of courtesy or intimidation?
No way.
Where is your anger, Baisakhi Banerjee?
Baisakhi Banerjee,
of course I'm
out to you what Arup Biswas said that day. Can I play out to you what he said when he made that courtesy visit?
Please do.
Yes, we will. We will take out that bite of the sports minister Arup Biswas, who visited Vikram Chatterjee after the accident. He came out and assured the media. He came out and assured the media that there will be no inconvenience, that all of us here stand together with Vikram Chatterjee. So our question is, if he went there, if he met the doctors, if he was briefed about the entire situation, did he not bother to find out whether Vikram was under the effect of alcohol? Or how does it matter to him, Shaina NC, as we line up that reaction of Arup Biswas from last week, where questions have to be raised?
See, Arup
Shaina NC, you wanted to make a point.
Physician nor a cop. He's an MLA, and he's an MLA of the place.
Exactly why he should act more responsibly. Baisakhi Banerjee, please stay on. Shaina NC wants to make a point here, and we have to go to our other panelists then. Baisakhi, please stay on. Yeah, Shaina NC.
I want to make few points. Firstly, why hasn't Mamata Banerjee spoken up? Secondly, isn't it her responsibility to pull up the police? Thirdly, nobody here is sitting to defend or form any kind of aspersions on the guilty. However, if there is substantive evidence, after watching this Times Now expose, even the people sitting on the fence would have to make certain kinds of rational arguments. If Vikram was consuming alcohol and it is shown with CCTV footage, is that not part of the reason why Sonika lost her life? And when we are talking about justice for a young girl, if she has been privy to a situation where somebody is under the influence of alcohol, where somebody has collided and this accident has happened, where witnesses have come out and said there was no other car. So why is the Trinamool Congress keeping mum? Why are they not coming out strongly and saying that they condemn
condemn what Vikram did, and they want justice for Sonika. And
China, they are coming out. They are coming out. This man who's the sports minister, a part of Mamata's team, also the MLA from Toligan, China, has come out and spoken. But not for Sonika. Let's listen in.
আমি একবার ভিতরে গিয়েছিলাম, ডাক্তাররা রয়েছেন, আমি ওর বাড়ির লোকের সঙ্গে ওর বাবার সঙ্গে কথা বলেছি, ডাক্তাররা দেখছেন, আমি যা খবর নিলাম সিটি স্ক্যান হয়েছে, আর কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যে এমআরআইও হবে, আর ডাক্তাররা বলতে পারবেন
ওর আঘাত কোথায় কোথায় আছে,
এটা ডাক্তাররা ভালো করে বলতে পারবেন। আমার যেটা কাজ ছিল ডাক্তারদের সঙ্গে কথা বলা, তাদের বলেছি কোনো রকম যাতে কোনো কিছু না হয় সব রকমভাবেই চিকিৎসা করার জন্য। ওর বাড়ির লোকও আছে, তাদেরও বলেছি যে আমরা সর্বতভাবে আছি। এখানে আমি শ্রীকান্ত মোহতা, রাজ চক্রবর্তী থেকে শুরু করে বিশা থেকে শুরু করে আমাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রি সবাই আছে, আমরা সব জায়গায় এখানেও থাকছি, আমরা এখন কাটাপোটাও যাচ্ছি, আমরা দুটো ভিড় দেখছি।
Now, Baisakhi Banerjee, have you heard that? We are glad if a person is in hospital, he too is injured, he was in an accident, that the local MLA went there. But the question we ask is, did he know what was happening to the other girl? Did he know that this man was under the effect of alcohol? If he spoke to the doctors and he was briefed about it, did the doctors tell him what tests were conducted? Where are those reports? Then why is he not followed up with the police on the investigation?
You have raised a very pertinent question, whether the doctor really told him that he was under the
He comes out and tells me, I have been briefed by the doctors. He's only coming out and telling the media, I've spoken to the doctors, I've seen all the reports.
See, he has spoken about the medical condition of the patient, where the medical...
He talks only about Vikram Chatterjee. He talks only about Vikram Chatterjee. And Baisakhi Banerjee, please, how is it that you didn't ask a question that a viewer today this evening asked us? You know what a viewer today this evening asked us? Sanjana joins us. Sanjana, yes.
Have a different point now.
Sanjana, yes.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sanjana. One sec. Sanjana, the only thing is, there was a viewer this evening who came out and asked us, viewer from Kolkata. They said this accident happened at the Rashbihari crossing, the accident spot. Okay? And the distance from there to some of the hospitals is far closer than to the private hospital where Vikram Chatterjee took Sonika Chauhan. Who told him to take her there? Why didn't he take her to the nearest hospital? That's the question the viewer asked. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, and Sanjana, this is the information. The distance from Rashbihari accident crossing, the accident spot in Kolkata, to the hospital where he took her, Ruby Hospital, is 3.7 kilometers. The accident spot to the AMRI Dhakuria Hospital, 1 kilometer. Accident spot to the Shishu Mangal Hospital, 1.9 kilometers. Accident spot to Fortis Hospital, less than a kilometer. The cops didn't ask this question. Nobody thought about this. A viewer thought about this. People watching Times Now's broadcast thought about this. But the autonomous, very efficient, capable cops of Kolkata, the commissioner and downwards, the investigating officer, never thought about this. Yes, Yogita, and after that, Sanjana. Yes, Yogita.
Yeah, unfortunately, Anand, the problem here is that I work day to day with cops. In Delhi also, I work with the victims. So basically, power runs our cops, whichever state we are talking about.
That's the point.
We have enough and more proofs. Yes. So we have enough and more proofs to even take suo motu cognizance of this incident. We have so many witnesses. Still, the CCTV footage is not in the hands of police. I think they're deliberately hiding it. It's quite evident. Even a fool sitting outside, you know, can see on TV channels. They are hiding it, they are covering it up. It's the cover-up act. And even Mamata Banerjee is covering up, and she's openly covering it up, because we can very evidently see it on TV with the proofs. And madam is saying that your media has done a good job. Your investigation should be taken up by the cops. I mean, what is she talking about? Why cops can't they do their own investigations? I mean, are they so helpless?
No,
I mean, it will take them
you heard the soundbite there. You heard the soundbite there, Yogita. There's the sports minister who belongs to the Trinamool Congress, who's a local MLA, comes out and says, "I am there." A very powerful producer who also owns the shopping mall, which has got the CCTV footage that can show the proof of what happened with the car, was also there as a well-wisher of Vikram Chatterjee. Why do you think that footage has not come? If Shrikant Mohta was so keen that justice be delivered and the truth be told. He should have said, this is my mall, I have this camera, here's what happened. Take it.
This is very evident. It's a cover-up. It's a full cover-up story.
Sanjana.
Even a fool can say that.
Sanjana. Mr. Kakkar and
Anand, do you want me to say something on this?
Mr. Kakkar, coming to you after this, sir.
Very clearly a very, very high-level racket that it has ended up being. It was an accident which ended up into the death of a girl who definitely didn't deserve to die because of a certain man's carelessness, who was drinking and driving. And this whole thing has become an extremely high-level racket. And it's actually somebody as gutsy as a bulletin out here in Times Now who's exposing it layer by layer and asking these questions and throwing these questions out on the faces of the people, along with the names of the most renowned politicians in the country. But very clearly, this is a very one-sided kind of a conversation which has come out in the media to cover up the entire mistake. And it's very politically easy to be saying that I so wish I was the one who died, and it wasn't that girl who died, and I so wish she was, alive, and I so wish the entire thing wouldn't have happened. And I don't think this whole racket is going to subside as easily as they are trying to subside it.
No, it shouldn't, because we want the truth to come out, and there are way too many contradictions, Sanjana. We've just about scraped the tip of it.
Of course,
we will continue, because it can't be shoved to one corner, sidelined or suppressed like that. Mr. Kakkar, my question to you is, it's been 10 days now, sir, since the accident took place. The statement of the man behind the wheels has not been recorded. The police had not approached a single person who was with them that evening. No statements have been recorded. We don't know if there was a blood alcohol report that was done. Where is it? Police has no idea. Now, is that how an investigation is done, sir?
Let me take it in a chronological order. Here were two persons, a man and a woman.
Everyone is totally connected.
Drinking. There is enough. There are witnesses. You said that who have seen them drinking. Now, whether he was drunk more than the permissible limit or not, it is only the test can show. Toxicology test can only show, which is done immediately after such events.
But we don't know.
Here is a
the
case
police doesn't say anything.
Where right from the day one, shoddy investigation has been taken up by the police, obviously under some influences. Obviously, and otherwise they should have registered. Here death has taken place. They should have immediately registered case under 304 and not under 304A. If they register under 304, then it is a cognizable offence punishable by 10 years, and the accused cannot be released. Now they have not conducted the test whether he was drunk more than the permissible limit or not. Now obviously at this stage you cannot do it. This was totally a shoddy investigation done under the influence of somebody. I don't know whether it is the political leaders or some other bigwig.
Sir,
police has not really gone into
the only person who was powerful,
minor details.
Who's the local MLA, belongs to the Trinamool Congress. His name is Arup Biswas. He's also the sports minister. He's a very good friend of Vikram Chatterjee.
I don't know that part of the country, and therefore I don't know that.
He named the producer. He named some of the other people.
Otherwise, death has taken place.
And the
sequence of events.
No, Mr. Kakkar, the sequence of events. He comes out, he does not allow the family to interact with anyone.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He goes to the morgue, he does not allow anybody to see what's happened to the body.
That this
he comes out and says, he has spoken to the doctor, but the doctors have not issued a formal press statement.
Definitely should have established the guilt of the accused. Now you can do nothing, whatever you may do, because that now it will be only under 304A, which is a death by accident, and you can do nothing now.
No, but the fact is, sir, if there can be a correction, if there has been lapses, and if there can be a reinvestigation ordered, then this man can be hauled up, he can be put behind bars, and a serious charge of drunken driving and rash and negligent driving can be slapped, which is a cognizable, non-bailable offence.
Whatever you might do, at the end of the day, it has to be, you have to produce evidence in the court, and the first evidence Listen, first evidence that you will have to produce in the court is that he was drunk beyond the permissible limit.
Sir,
and
point
that
is CCTV footage of the nightclub, sir. CCTV footage of the nightclubs will show him how many pegs he was having, and he was drinking even before he stepped out. And the other aspect, if he was speeding, then that is also an offence.
Sir, that is not going to make any difference. I made it very clear that this was a shoddy investigation done under influence.
So how is the other aspect?
That is one part of it.
And
now you cannot prove anything.
Shoddy investigation, intentionally or not, that is something we have to ask the TMC government to find out. But Sujoy, Vikram Chatterjee came out and said, I wasn't intoxicated, I wasn't speeding. Why would he do that? Here is evidence, here is a video, here are 4 people who have said he was drinking. Every single one of them, Mr. Kakkar said, every single one of them told us he had at least 3 to 5 pegs. He had at least 3 to 5 pegs. He was mixing his drinks. That is what 4 people told us. So Sujoy, why would he want to hide that? How does it make a difference?
May feel that all hope is lost and doomsday and all that, but I feel that a reinvestigation is required. Every piece of evidence that comes on record, and now that you have got eyewitnesses, that has to be taken into cognizance, because this is a case where a person has died. When the person was drunk and he was driving, he knew and he had relevant intent that this act could cause death. That attracts 10 years. Cognizable, FIR a must, arrest a must. These are things that follow normally. So, even though there is a shoddy investigation, you cannot take advantage of your own wrong. We cannot allow the local police to take advantage of their own wrong and see to it that this girl does not get justice. Wherever her soul is, she needs to have justice. So, therefore, the case can still proceed on the basis of the evidence on record. And Vikram has to be arrested in this kind of case. There is a custodial interrogation which is required. So what if his blood sample is not taken? There are enough evidences, circumstantial, which are there, which are staring at us.
The biggest aspect is that he sat there and shed crocodile tears and he lied. Arco, he lied. And we are getting more information. This is more. Live on the Newshour tonight. We are taking this investigation forward. Baisakhi Banerjee, you are witness that we are taking it to the next step. What the cops should have done, we are doing it again. We are doing it again. And have a look at this and listen to this, please. This is news coming in from inside the private hospital. Samya Kapoor walked into that hospital and asked a few questions. Look at the answers that we got. And then all of you who've been following this story will know the contradictions. We will highlight them after you listen to the sequence.
Question that is looming over this entire case, whether it's a case of drinking and driving. That is exactly
that is what the police is investigating, I think.
So when he came to your hospital over here, was he drunk? Can you make out that he was drunk?
This comment is a very important comment, right? We have discussed this with the police.
And did you carry out certain tests that was required? It's mandatory.
Then again, I would like to reserve my comments. I would like to mention that these are very important questions.
I'm not asking for the result of the report, sir.
This we have discussed with the police because they are investigating, and these are sub judice case. So let them do, and we are with the investigating authorities. Whatever they want, we are ready to do.
They're cooperating.
Yeah, obviously we have to. We have to. So, we only let the police know because there is a law of the land. When an accident victim comes, you have to let. And fortunately, the police station under which hospital falls, this jurisdiction, police Anandapur PS, is only 1 minute's drive. 1 minute's drive. Yeah, so we could. On a regular basis, we gave the medical bulletin.
Okay.
Because we are concerned about the treatment part of it, right? We are a hospital, we get a lot of trauma cases, so we know. So people are upset, stressed about what has happened to the this thing, the dear ones, near ones. So what we did, he's supposed to be one of the actor, right? Since he's an actor, there was a lot of people asking about it. So we thought of giving a medical bulletin every day. So when the patient got admitted, from the same day, we started giving medical bulletin till the patient got discharged. The patient was discharged last week. Vikram. And Sonika, she came around between 3:30 and 4, and she was declared dead at around 4:50. 4:50. She was almost in a gasping situation. It was just we could do the CPR, but we were unsuccessful.
So, she was the one who suffered a major injury.
Absolutely, fatal injury.
It was this particular actor, Vikram, who only got her here.
Cab, that Uber, Ola cab.
We heard that it was a private thing.
Yes.
But sir, was Vikram also in, what was his condition that time, sir?
He was injured also. He was bleeding from head and he was injured. Later he also admitted around 6 in the morning.
You also admitted him?
Yes.
And he also suffered injuries as well?
Yes, and then we did the MRI and other things because in the same car, if one suffers, if someone suffers such a fatal injury that she dies, you can understand the other person, by God's grace.
I mean, it's a miracle that...
Yeah, it's by God's grace.
Samya Kapoor, who had asked those questions, joins us live along with Tamal Saha. Samya, the first fact is he says that the police have got all the reports. He remains non-committal whether or not they did a blood and alcohol test on Vikram Chatterjee. But most importantly, they say that Sonika Chauhan was brought alive. She was not brought dead. That was misinformation by the cops and Vikram Chatterjee's doctors who came out and said to the media there that she was brought dead. She was not brought dead, she was alive. She was alive for more than 50 minutes in the hospital. So again, obfuscation of facts by the cops.
Well, Anand, I had spoken to the General Manager of Operations of Ruby Hospital, Mr. Subhashish Datta, and what was really startling was I asked him that in what condition was Sonika brought here and at what time was she brought in. He says when Sonika was brought into the hospital, she was bleeding profusely from the nose and from the ears and she was gasping for breath. Please mind you, he doesn't say that she was brought dead. He says that Sonika was brought somewhere between 3:30 to 3:45, and I asked him at what time was Sonika declared dead. He says it was 4:50 a.m. They had almost an hour in hand. What were they doing? For almost an hour, maybe Sonika was battling for her life when he said that they were trying their best effort to try and save her life. I also asked him very categorically that was Vikram drunk when he was brought to the hospital, when he came with Sonika to the hospital. If the hospital authority knew that Vikram wasn't drunk, they could have outrightly denied it. Instead, they chose to say that they have shared the reports with the Kolkata police. I asked him again, was he intoxicated? Instead of denying it, they said that they have shared the required information and cooperating with the investigation.
There is one more interesting point that came out of your conversation from there, is that it doesn't look like they came together. And Vikram Chatterjee came in a cab separately. Tamal, I thought they both were taken to the hospital together, and it was Vikram Chatterjee who had to carry the body of his friend covered in blood, because that's what he told the world last week.
Well, Tanvi, that is the fact. After the accident happened, Vikram had called for a Ola cab, and in that Ola cab, Vikram had carried Sonika, who was bleeding profusely. But Tanvi, it's very important to note that the doctor or the general manager operations of Ruby Hospital claims that Sonika was gasping for breath and she was declared dead at 4:50, which means she was not brought dead to the hospital. Now, if I can quickly show you all these reports which have been published in media for the past 1 week or even more, and they had been saying, because even we said, because we were communicated that Sonika was brought dead to the hospital. Now this revelation clearly signifies Sonika was not dead when taken to Ruby Hospital, and there lies the big question, Tanvi, why Ruby Hospital? The accident spot is Rajbihari Crossing, and I belong to Kolkata, and I know the nearest hospital. The nearest hospital could have been Fortis Hospital, which is about a kilometer away from the spot. Now that is a well-reputed hospital. I'm sure they have the emergency ward. The other hospital is AMRI Dhakuria Hospital, which is 2.1 kilometers from the accident spot. There is another hospital, that's Shishu Mongol Hospital, very well-reputed hospital. It's at 1.9 kilometers distance from the accident spot. But then Vikram Chatterjee chose to take her to Ruby Hospital, which is 3.7 kilometers away from the accident spot. We are talking about somebody who had been critically injured in a very tragic accident, for whom every second, every minute counted. Could she be saved had she been taken to a nearby hospital? That's the big question, Tanvi.
Not just that, Tamal. Not just that. This man, this person who spoke to Samya, said that he admitted himself into the hospital at 6 a.m. Till then he was all right.
Well, that's right.
Till then he was all right. The concern for somebody who was part of a near fatal injury arises only an hour and 10 minutes after Sonika Chauhan died. Who advised him to be admitted?
Well,
what was the medical bulletin they brought out on Sonika Chauhan? Why is it that he is non-committal about the fact whether or not they conducted a blood and alcohol level test, when he can be so detailed about what happened to Sonika Chauhan? Why was he evasive about Vikram Chatterjee at whose behest?
The point is, Anand, Vikram Chatterjee and Sonika, when they went to the hospital, yes, Vikram Chatterjee has sustained an injury over his head here, which because of what he has also gotten 4 to 5 stitches.
I will definitely like to mention one other thing that I asked Subhashish Datta, General Manager Operations of Ruby Hospital, was that was Vikram aware of the fact that Sonika was dead and then he decided to be admitted in the hospital, or was he really grievously injured enough that he needed to be tended to and be admitted to the hospital immediately? He was clearly evasive on that one question. He says that he wasn't aware whether Vikram knew that Sonika was dead and then he got himself admitted. These are some very glaring questions staring us straight in the face that beckons answers.
Yeah, great work.
Yes, Tamal. Quickly, please. Yes.
Yeah, so one important point that I would like to add, the doctor who was treating Vikram Chatterjee after this incident happened, when local media was extremely curious about a celebrity and a celebrity's health after having sustained injuries, that doctor is on record with one local media, regional media, saying that Vikram Chatterjee has been given treatment, he has been let go, but then he came back to the hospital and got himself admitted by complaining further discomfort. And that is your question, Anand. What prompted him to readmit himself? Was it an act, a natural act, or was that being advised to him by somebody?
Tamal and Samya, great work done. Second day straight, the investigation that you guys have done and the truth that you guys are in search for and bringing it out for our viewers. Thank you so much for joining us and bringing us that investigation. Baisakhi Banerjee, what would you want to say now? Are you convinced there's enough and more evidence of a cover-up here and a shoddy investigation, and you cannot just look the other way and leave it for the Calcutta police to wake up and do something about it? Baisakhi Banerjee, the government has to wake up now. Mamata Banerjee has to do something now.
Was not present there. I was. I think you should be asking this question to me.
Yes,
I was present.
Okay.
In the hospital, maybe 1 or 1.5 hours.
Yes, Arko. Arko, take it. You want to take the question? Yes, go ahead, please.
He was there at the hospital.
Yeah. Actually, see, I think you are asking questions to wrong people, and they were not present at the, in the hospital right after the thing took place. I was one of the earliest people who reached the hospital, so I think I know better. I have a better idea.
What
about
time
what
was that?
That night. The accident took place at 3:30.
Yes. What time did you get to the hospital?
Let me just complete. See, I'm not a professional talker, and I really get confused when people cross me. So just give me some time. I think 3:30 when I get to know later on that 3:30 when the accident took place, the immediate thing that anybody would would think of doing is taking her to a hospital, and that's what Vikram did. And it is true that Vikram was not, hugely, was injured from that angle. So he was in a position to take her out. And then I heard stories from people. They said that, okay, some 20 people said that I saw the car coming in. We all travel at night, 3:30 a.m. we never see so many people. I don't know where they came in from, but there was one guy who was standing right next to where the accident took place. There was this cab driver. He actually helped Vikram to take Sonika out of the car, and immediately they rushed to Ruby. Now this road, there is a straight road that connects from Ruby to Rajbihari, and at that point, would you really calculate which hospital is 1.9 kilometers, which one is 2.3 kilometers? Because that's a very renowned.
Well, actually, what you do think of is the closest hospital, but that's okay.
Straight.
What you do think of usually, is the closest hospital. But of course, there was trauma involved there. Vikram himself was injured, so let's not get into that. Here is the basic point. Here is what everything comes down to.
And this is
what happened at the hospital, and I'm surprised that you're saying that you were present there. What time did you get there?
In the by lanes, you have to.
What time did you get there? What time did you get there, Arka?
I got a call.
Two questions.
One
right. See, now you need to know what happened next. Vikram did not have his phone with him.
No, we don't need to know all that. I want to know what time you reached the hospital. What time you reached the hospital?
Rushed to the.
What time you reached the hospital?
No, you need to know that, sir.
No,
you need to know that.
Sir, I need to know whether Vikram, why did Vikram come out 2 days ago and come out and say I was not drinking and I was not speeding? Because we have more than enough reason to believe that he was drinking and that he was speeding.
Again going back to the same question.
No, I'm asking you what time you reached the hospital.
I'm asking you some facts.
I'm just asking you what time you reached the hospital. We listen to the other background story later.
I reached the hospital at about, it would be 7:30 or 8.
You reached 7:30, 1.5 hours after he had admitted himself to the hospital.
You need to know that because that has got relevance with the story.
I want to know, see,
you weren't there.
3:30 the incident happened, you meet him at 7:30. I want to know who are the people, those people who were there, those people who are there between 4:30 and 6 a.m. Those are the people who need to answer. Those are the people who need to tell us who advised and who all did he speak to. Did the cops even check about the call data records of Vikram and who all you were speaking to, or you were in touch with?
I can tell you who took Sonika to Ruby General Hospital. Because so many people
Arko, these people that you are talking about are the testimonies we have already put out. We have spoken to these people. We have done that part of the investigation. I fail to understand what you can add here about the time period when you were not even present there. That's the whole point. Now, the simple question that we asked you about, was he drunk that night at 7:30 a.m. when you reached there? He didn't look drunk to you. That's what you can tell us. That's what you can tell us, that at 7:30 when I reached the hospital, he didn't look drunk to me. Shana and see, yes,
go
ahead,
the question is, are you sure? Are you sure? My question is, are you sure that no blood test was conducted?
Sir, just look at this footage and then talk about whether you are sure or not.
Intoxicated or not.
No, but where is the blood report?
You may well be a friend, but you're defending the indefensible.
Are you sure that
no, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure that there is a blood report? If there is a blood report, please show it. Please show it. He should have shown it that day when he sat there and swore that he was not drunk. He should have shown, this is my blood and alcohol report. Why didn't he do it?
I think so. See, I can't be
Why didn't he do it, Arko? Yes, Shaina.
How can you help me responsible whether they have done it or not? But I think so. I think they must have done it. And
yes,
this will be out.
Yes. After this, one sec.
Think what you want to think to defend a friend, but a girl has lost her life.
Yes.
And a girl has lost her life because of the callousness of your friend. So read the writing on the wall.
Can I come
Do you believe that he was drunk or not? And if you are sitting in this,
I really want
in this cage of yours to believe only what you want to believe.
Because it is not about Vikram and Sonika. Don't make it a dirty game, please.
This is about Vikram and Sonika, Arko. This is about Vikram and Sonika because Sonika is dead tonight.
About justice.
Sonika is no more, and Sonika's friends are out on the streets protesting and fighting for justice because they are not being told what has happened. I will come back to you, Baisakhi Banerjee, because you have to tell us. You have to tell us, Baisakhi Banerjee, why is it that the TMC and the Mamata government is silent after all of this? In the last 24 hours, after everything has come out in the open, why are they still silent? Does the life of a 27-year-old not matter?
No, not only 27-year-old girl we lost, a very budding kind of a model we lost, But we could have lost many more people on the pavement sleeping there, because if he was drunk, we could have killed many more people there.
Life is our
and there is a lot more to it.
We
story is not that simple as it
to the
appears
fact
to be.
that
It's
drunken
very
driving
fishy.
cannot be indulged. This kind of irresponsible.
Oh, these are all just dialogues. These are all just dialogues that look very good in posters. These are all dialogues that look very good in postboard and billboards that you can put on the side of the streets and come out with some slogans. We are completely out of time. We are completely out of time, viewers. We leave it for you to decide as we continue the quest for justice. There are 4 witnesses that have come out and bust the theory of Vikram Chatterjee that he was not intoxicated. 4 people have said he had at least 3 to 5 pegs. These people were not approached by the police. We've got 2 people who've told us they were at the accident site. One of them saw the crash took place. He says their car was speeding. There was no other car in the proximity. That busts Vikram's second theory that he was not speeding. Now, these are the facts as they stand today. It is up to Mamata Banerjee to ensure that the Kolkata police wakes up and fixes this shoddy investigation. Our life has been lost. Her parents are shattered tonight. Her friends are out on the street protesting and asking for justice. And no amount of political pressure should be able to hide that truth or kill that truth. On that note, we will wrap up this debate, but we are not done yet. We will continue to fight for justice for Sonika.